Hi everyone, today I'm going to be showing you how to make a quick and easy balloon pumpkin. Hi, I'm Melanie from Balloon Artworks here in Derbyshire in the UK. For your balloon pumpkin, you're going to need 10 5-inch rounds in a green colour. Okay, so have you ever had balloons too long and they've kind of gone all a bit hard and a bit crinkly like this? Well, that's a sign that your balloons are past their best, and that's certainly the case for these green balloons that I'm using today. That's why I'm using them for this tutorial, to use up some of them, because they're a colour that I don't use very much, and so they've hung around for a bit too long. Well, there's something you can do to just revive these balloons a little bit. It's ever so simple and straightforward, but if we inflate them now in their sort of crinkle state, slightly brittle, they're more likely to pop. So what you can do, and this is very high tech, put them in your back pocket to warm up a little bit. So if you just leave them in your back pocket, they will just, warm up from your body heat and they will become a little bit softer, or you can hold them in your hand a little bit, but if they're in your back pocket, you can just be doing other things, and then when you need them, you can reach them out and they're much softer and less likely to pop. So inflate each of the green balloons with just one stroke of the Latex hand pump. So just put a twist in the balloon, then inflate the next one. Okay, just stretch them out a little bit, wrap the two together and tie, and make another one of these. I'm going to inflate the 5-inch round with one stroke of the Latex hand pump. That's one full stroke. Okay, so I leave a link to where you can get this pump in the description below, along with all the other materials and equipment that I'm using today. So what I've done there, I've made a duplicate. You need 2 of these. And then I've inflated one more balloon, and I'm just going to tie that in here, wrap it round and tie to make a cluster of 3. Take your duplicate, just wrap it into the centre of the cluster of 3, wrap it round a little bit. Okay, so you've got your cluster of 5, make another one of these. So you've got 2 clusters of 5. Next, you're going to need 5 of the linky balloons in orange. And the first thing we're going to do is inflate them all the way and then let them down. So because we're doing quite a bit of inflation, I'm now going to switch to my digital inflator rather than carry on using the hand pump. You can use the hand pump, but it's going to be harder work for you. If you're using a hand pump or an electric inflator that isn't a digital inflator, then it's going to help you if you've got a sizing box. So inflate your balloon fully. And then let the air out, and do that with all 5 of the linky balloons. So we've done that just to stretch the balloon a little bit. I'm now going to inflate the balloon to 6 inches. So you can inflate to less than 6 inches. You can go up to about 6.5. But anything beyond 6.5, and even at 6.5, this design gets quite tricky. Okay, so on this pump, I have set my timer to 0.2, and then my pink knob, which is the fine tuning for this digital inflator, I've set to 18. So 0.2 using the plus and minus buttons, and then turn the pink button, and that's just going to give you another reading, and that has put it on 18 for me. Okay, so I've got this outlet set to inflate fully, and I've got this outlet set to a different size. But we only want to inflate one balloon at a time. Okay, so I've tied the balloon. Then press the balloon and squish it a little bit, and then take each end, bring it to the middle, wrap the nozzle through, make sure that the knot is underneath this strap here, and then wrap around again and tie. Okay? And you want to make 5 of those in total. So make 4 more of these. Take 2 of your balloons and tie the nozzles together twice. And I recommend that you wrap round once, wrap round again, and then tie. Okay? That's quite important for this design. So you've now got a duplicate. So tie another pair together. So the other thing that you've been asking me about is the stand that I'm using, that I put my inflator on, and I'm using that because I was getting quite a lot of neck pain. So in the same way as you raise the height of your computer monitor so you can look at it straight on, I'm using a stand to raise the height of my balloon inflator. It means that I'm not bending my neck down quite so much, and it's just so much more comfortable for me. And the neck pain has completely gone, so it's done the trick. Okay, I'll leave a link in the description below where you can get the stand if you're having that problem. Okay, so take one of your balloons and your duplicate, and we're going to wrap the neck and nozzle around a couple of times and then tie the nozzle of the single balloon onto one of the nozzles and of the other balloons. And it's really quite important that you tie onto the nozzles at this stage, not onto the little tips of Quick Link. So take your duplicate and your cluster of 3 and just push your duplicate into the middle and wrap around. And flatten out your Quick Links, okay? So just flatten them out. Take your cluster of 5, press that cluster into the centre, take one of the necks and wrap it into the back and round into the front, and then wrap around a few times, okay? Just in a figure of 8 as we do on other designs, okay? Swap it round, get your other cluster of 5, do the same thing. So we're trying to position the balloons so that they're in the gap. The green balloons are in the gap between the 2 orange balloons. Take the neck, pull it through into the back, wrap it round a few times, okay, and then take the neck of another one and just pull that back and wrap it into the back, okay? Okay, so it's the same, the front and the back. Next, I'm taking a 260 in green. And just use whatever greens you've got. I'm a big believer in using up the stock that you have rather than buying lots of new stuff. Okay, so I'm just going to let a little bit of air out. So that's probably about 3 inches or so. Tie that off. Okay, so we're going to poodle tail this. And the way I poodle tail is I snap out the end. I used to struggle with poodle tailing when I first started. It was very hit and miss until I came up with this technique. Okay, so I snap out the end. And what I'm doing there, I'm relaxing the latex. That's how I think of it anyway. So put a twist here. Okay, what we're going to do is we are going to fold this balloon up in our hand and just hold on to it very lightly. Okay, so we're not really applying any pressure. So I'm just holding that in my hand. And at the same time as I do that, I'm going to press down on this top balloon, this top bubble, okay? Ooh. Okay, and there we go. And then you can let this end go. You can send a bit more air to the end if you want to. Okay, and we've got a poodle tail. So what we can do now is just pull this into the cluster here and wrap it in. Okay, and there you've got a really quick and easy pumpkin. And if you like this design and you've enjoyed this video, I think you'll like this video next.